Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's been about 2 months of daily driving, the new iPhone 17 lineup, and honestly, this year is weird, but in a good way. I know a lot of you are sitting there with an iPhone 13, 14, or maybe even an older Pro model, and you're looking at these new phones thinking, do I really need to upgrade? Or maybe you're stuck trying to decide between the base 17 and the 17 Pro, because let's be real, the gap has never been smaller. So in this video, I'm gonna give you my honest, humble take after using both. I'll cover everything from the design changes. Yeah, we need to talk about that camera plateau, through the performance, battery life, and the reality of Apple Intelligence right now. And I'll also address the downsides, the durability issues you've probably heard about, like Scratchgate and the orange color fading thing. I want to make sure you don't make the wrong choice with your money. Let's start with the underdog that honestly feels like a champion this year. The base iPhone 17. Mine is in this lavender finish and it just looks really clean. For context, this has been my secondary phone, my backup daily driver for the last 2 months. Battery health is still at 100% with a cycle count of 38. And look, the upgrade for the base model this year, it is significant. I mean huge. For the first time ever, the base model gets the Pro Motion display. We are talking 1 Hz all the way to 120 Hz. And honestly, it makes this phone feel like a Pro model. It's fast, it's buttery smooth, and the bezels, they are so thin now. It's that premium feel that I know a lot of base iPhone users have been dreaming of for years, and now it's finally a dream come true. You put this next to an iPhone 16 or 15, and the difference in smoothness is just night and day. Design-wise, it's pretty similar to last year, soft edges, not sharp like the 12, 13, or 14. It feels great in the hand. It is slightly bigger at 6.3 inches compared to the old 6.1, but because those bezels are so thin, it doesn't feel huge. It just feels immersive. And performance. The new A19 chip is no slouch. I actually ran Geekbench 6 on this thing, and the scores are kind of insane. I got 3,573 on single core and 9,143 on multi-core. For the GPU metal score, it hit 37,286. To put that in perspective, this base model chip is beating last year's 16 Pro Max in some metrics. I know the iPhone 16 was fast, but because it was stuck at 60 Hz, it felt choppy. With the 17 paired with that 120 Hz screen, it flies. Now let's talk about my main daily driver, the iPhone 17 Pro in silver. I've put about 47 cycles on this battery, still at 100% health, and I came from an iPhone 15 Pro. I actually skipped the 16 Pro, so for me this upgrade felt substantial. First, the design. I know, the camera plateau, when I first saw the leaks, I thought it looked kind of weird, but honestly, living with it, I've fallen in love with it. Seeing the older camera bumps now just feels old? I don't know if it's just me. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree. But we have to address the controversy. You guys have probably seen the Scratchgate videos or the Colorgate stuff about the cosmic orange fading to pink. And that is exactly why I chose silver. With this new unibody aluminum, yeah, they ditched titanium. The anodization on the darker colors like deep blue or cosmic orange seems a bit prone to scratches or discoloration. But this silver, it's arguably the best color this year. It's minimalist, elegant, and I haven't had a single issue. A lot of people say aluminum is a downgrade from titanium. And yeah, titanium felt denser. But this new unibody aluminum combined with the new vapor chamber cooling, it's a game changer for thermals. I remember setting this up, downloading a terabyte of iCloud data, and it barely got warm. My 15 Pro would have been cooking my hand. This thing stays cool, which is a huge deal for me. Performance on the Pro is just another level. My Geekbench runs came in at 3,822 single core and a massive 9,848 multi-core. That multi-core score is actually beating the M2 chip in some iPad Pros, which is nuts for a phone. The metal GPU score is 45,913. I haven't done heavy gaming yet, but with this power and the vapor chamber, I have zero doubts it can handle AAA games without throttling. Camera-wise, both phones now have that 48 megapixel main sensor, so your daily shots look pretty similar. But the Pro, that's where the magic is for creators. I film a lot of content on my phone, and being able to shoot 4K at 120 FPS now is insane. Plus, the 8x optical quality zoom on the Pro is incredible. The base 17 is stuck with digital zoom after 2x, but the Pro gives you that crisp 200mm equivalent shot. Also, shout out to the new 18 megapixel front camera on both models. It's got that new square sensor so you can take landscape selfies without turning the phone sideways. It sounds gimmicky, but it's actually really fun. And there's this new dual capture mode where you can record front and back at the same time. It's cool for reactions, though I think I'll use it sparingly. One thing to consider though, and this is a real downside for the base model, is the USB-C speed. The base 17 is still on USB 2.0 speeds. It's slow. If you transfer video files via cable, you need the Pro with its USB 3.0 speeds. It saves me hours. Now software. iOS 26 brought this new liquid glass look. It's pretty. The animations are smooth, but sometimes the text readability can be a bit tricky depending on your wallpaper. You can turn on reduced transparency if it bugs you. And Apple Intelligence, look, I'm gonna be real with you. It's not a huge deal yet, it's still very much in beta. The notification summaries are nice, but for the heavy lifting like writing scripts or complex questions, I'm still opening up ChatGPT or Gemini. Those alternatives are just more powerful right now. So don't buy this phone just for the AI promise today, buy it for what it can do now. So which one should you buy? Don't make the wrong choice here. I honestly recommend the base iPhone 17 for like 90% of you if you just want an all-rounder with no compromises on the screen, incredible battery, and a great camera for social media. Save the money. It's the best value iPhone in years. That 120Hz screen makes it feel premium. But if you are a creator or you just want the best of the best, you need that extra zoom. You need the USB 3.0 transfer speeds, or you're a gamer who needs that vapor chamber cooling, then the iPhone 17 Pro is the way to go. Just maybe skip the cosmic orange and stick to silver or a safer color to avoid the drama. Anyway guys, that's my 2-month review. Let me know in the comments. Are you Team Plateau or do you miss the old bumps? Thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.